Welcome to AH Tutorials, where we show you how to work on cars. Today we're going to show you how to work on a fender liner for a 2004 to a 2008 Acura TL. So let's get to it. For this we're going to be using some pretty common household tools. First thing we're going to be using is a size 10 gear wrench. Next we're going to be using a small size Phillips screwdriver. Then we're going to be using a flat-like tool, either a clip remover or a flat screwdriver. Either or, it doesn't really matter. We're going to want to get to the fender liner, and there's a couple screws down there that's going to be hard to get to unless we turn the wheel. So whatever side fender liner you're working on, if you're working on the left side fender or the driver's side, we're going to turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. And if you're working on the passenger side, you want to do the opposite. In this case, we're working on the left, so we're going to turn it to the left. For this next part, we're going to be going underneath the car. We have it on a lift for video purposes, but you can put it on any regular jack, and you can lift up the car that way. And the first thing we're going to do underneath the car is we're going to be taking off the mud flap. We're going to take our Phillips screwdriver, and we're going to be undoing these 4 screws right here.
You don't do it.
Yeah, I do. I'm not trying. And that comes off easy like that. The next thing we want to do after taking off the mud flap, we're going to be taking out, there's the 6 clips that are right above the tire and underneath the fender, all around here. And the first one we're going to do is this one over here. Now for these clips, just take your flat tool, get underneath the middle portion of the clip, and just pry at it slowly, and you can take it out real nice and easy. The way these clips work is there's 2 parts to them. You have the center piece, and then you have the outer piece. And the outer piece gets pushed out by the inner piece, which causes this to put pressure on these little tabs. I'm going to go ahead and take out the rest of them. You do want to be careful not to break these clips. They're very easy to break. And so if you feel like you're going to break them, just work at it slowly and carefully. Now we went underneath the bumper, and we're going to be taking this out right here. And you can just pull on that, and that should just come out right there. Next, there's going to be 2 bolts and a clip right underneath the bumper. And again, taking your flat tool, we can just take out the clip. And then taking your size 10 gear wrench, we're going to be undoing these two bolts. Now we have pretty much everything off. We're just gonna start pulling at it, and it should just come off. And we want to undo it from here first. Get all this out. And the fender liner just comes out like that. For this next part, we're going to be putting the clips and the bolts back in. And what you want to do is line up this hole and take the outer portion of the clip, the outer piece, and we're going to slide this in first. Now, after you slide that in, you can take the center piece and push it in after, and it should just lock that in place. Next, we can go ahead and put the bolts in with our hands first. And now you can take your size 10 gear wrench, put this on the on setting. We're going to tighten these bolts. They don't have to be too tight. Just get them on there, and it's good. Now we're going to put the fender liner inside of the curvature of the fender. It runs right here underneath. And that's just going to pinch it in place. Now after you get that in, you want to make sure all the holes line up where the clips were previously. Now we can just put all the clips back in. It doesn't really matter in which order, but we're going to start from this side first. Again, breaking apart your clip into two pieces, and we're going to just line up this hole, put the outer piece in first, and then we can push that in with the center piece. We're going to do it like this for the rest of them. Now for this side, you want to make sure all three holes line up. There's going to be two covers and then the hole. And then we can just, as soon as you get that lined up, we can just put the clip in. Now after that, the fender liner is pretty much on. The last thing we have to do is put the mud flap on. Go ahead and line up the holes and take the screws that were in there previously And you can finger tighten them if you want. Go ahead and take your small Phillips screwdriver. We're just going to spin them to the right. Get them on there pretty nice and tight. And that's how you're going to put your mud flap back on. Now you have your whole fender liner, you replaced it, nice and smooth, and it's good to go.